Welcome to this week's offering crew, and I think I just managed to tilt the camera. If that's alright, we'll be slightly crooked. One part straight, maybe. The joys of a little camera and a dining room and a yoga mat. So, blessings for this week, team. We are kind of heading into a little bit of a slower, deeper kind of session this week. Just the energy, it's very, very windy here as I'm recording, so if you hear things in the background, it's a bit stormy. Stormy and sunny, that kind of thing, where we could get rain or we could just get the wind. And so just think about where you are, what the weather is like, what your week's been like, how you've kind of landed on your mat, so that as we come into our practice, you're practicing from where you are. And at the same time, if there's a shift that you want to create in your consciousness and your body, bring to mind what that might be. So we call it a sankalpa, if it's an intention or a resolve. And that's where we kind of come into a space where we decide we're going to work with or explore and kind of bring ourselves into alignment with something. So it could be joy, it could be peace, it could be loving awareness. But you're thinking of that as an energy, you're bringing your body into. How do you embody that? What does it feel like? How does your body move embodying that? And so we can use that in our practice, especially if this is super busy, team. If your mind is really busy, you have trouble focusing, let yourself just bring that sankalpa with you so that you can work gently into that space. And not push against your mind all the time, because that doesn't get us very far at all. And so we're starting in open cross-legged or with your legs out straight, whatever feels good for your body. You might prop something under your bum so that you lift it up a little bit. Just kind of sit in that space for a moment. Bring all those things with you. We're going to put our hands on our tummy. Yoni mudra over the belly button, our womb mudra. Doesn't matter whether you've got a womb space or not, it's that energetic idea of coming inwards. And maybe soften the gaze, maybe close the eyes. And think about drawing our focus, our energy, our awareness, just really gently in. Your breath lengthen. About the land that you're on, the whenua that you're on. How do you connect with the land around you? What are the stories of the place that you are? How's your story interconnect to those stories, those ancestors? How do we pay our respects to the ancestors of the land? And then let's take our legs, we're going to take our legs out nice and wide. Okay, again, we can use that bit of propping. We're just going to lift up and then create a little tiny movement forward. Some of you, this is quite strong. Let's be gentle. And as we kind of be gentle with our practice, give yourself all those permissions to do some, all bits of the class, to really nourish your body with the class. So we're not pushing, pulling, trying to hurt. We're finding the edges, where we want to get to, where the enough point is for our body. And when we come up, we're going to link our fingers in front, push our arms out forward. We're going to lean back. Just feel that kind of pulling in of the belly. We're going to come around like we're stirring something. Again, they can be little circles or big circles. Hello. What you doing? We can change direction, go round the other way. Monty Claw sounds in the background. Noticing as we've changed that direction, what does it feel like? Are we starting to loosen up even a little bit? One more circle. Bring it back to center. This is where we want to be gentle. Team, we're going to hold this for a little bit longer today, so just find that enough point that feels like you could be there for a few extra breaths. Roll the shoulders down. So I think maybe 80% of where you normally would. Hamstring crew, just be gentle. You know, let your shoulders drop down, tuck your chin in. Noticing your breath at this point, we might need to come out a little bit of the pose, or we might be able to sink a little bit further in. Again, the aim is not to strain, it's also not to curl over at the mid-chest team. If you're starting to come forward, really lengthen along the spine. We're going to wander in and up. Bring the soles of feet together. And the knees drop out to the side, so Baddha Konasana. Lift up along the spine. Again, we can just sit, or we can roll around the hips if that feels good, if that's where the movement is for you. Again, just that coming into the body, inwards. Find your breath. And then take our legs out in front, little shake. And we're going to bring our right knee in and wrap our left hand or our left elbow around, and we're going to turn and look over that right shoulder, and then just coming into the twist. Looking as far over that shoulder as we can. Bring it back to center, change size, just slow. We're not crossing our legs over yet, we've got time. So right hand or right elbow of that left knee. We're coming around slowly into that left side, looking over that left shoulder as far as we can. Going back to center, take the legs out in front, give them a little shake. We're going to cross that right leg over again. This time our left leg can stay out in front, or our left heel can come and sit alongside that right hip. So just kind of figure out which way. If you find yourself really side saddle in this one, just extend that left leg back out in front. We're coming around, so it's left hand or left elbow around that right knee. Right hand goes around behind us, so we're looking over that shoulder. Bring that back to center and stay with this right leg. We're going to bring this right foot around. You're like, oh, that's mean early on in class. Just go gently, just ease into it. If you've got this left leg out in front, you can still bring this foot over. Right, so cow face pose. We can kind of hold on, we can lean forward, we can do what feels right for our body. Just getting that stack happening can be half the fun. And so then work with the breath. We're going to unravel and take those legs out in front, give them a little gentle shake again, and we get to do the other side. So that left leg comes over, we either leave this right leg out in front and tuck that right heel around by the left hip. Right hand or right elbow to that left knee as we turn to that left side of the mat, looking over the shoulder. Long deep breaths there. Bring it back to center, staying with that left leg. Bring that left heel over by the right hip into cow face pose. Again, we can lean forward, we can stay sitting up, we can have that right leg straight out in front. So just kind of work with where your body's at, and then let's find our breathing, sinking into it. We're going to come slowly out, unraveling, back out to here, and just see if that's made any difference to those kind of muscles that we need to come forward into this one. Millimeters and miles, but just go slow. Long spine, long breath. Walking up, just easing our way up and coming around to all fours crew. So cat cow pose, we've been sitting on our chuff for a wee bit, so inhale, bring the chest forward, and then exhale, arch that mid spine up towards the roof, tuck the chin in, inhale, bring it all back the other way, and just rhythm of your breath. And then from there, we're going to wander into the first plank of today's class, team, but at the same time, just going to give yourself those permissions to bring the knees down, to take rest when you need to. Get our heels pushing back. We're not lifting up through the hips yet. We've got everything quite low. We're not sagging at the back either, so don't collapse. Push those heels back, get that lovely line from the crown of the head to the heels. And then inhale, lift it up into down dog, using the hips. Roll those shoulder blades away from the spine and lift. And lift and lift, and then let the heels just release. We're going to come forward, going to bring the knees down and lift our upper body up. Tuck our toes under at the back. First lift up, bring our arms up, big inhale, right hand goes back to the back of the right thigh. The left arm lifts into that space. Inhale, right arm comes up, left arm goes back. Inhale, bring it all back up to the top. And bring the hips and the butt down to the heels. Notice, so we're getting that real expansion up through the front of the body. Oops, a foot stretch in this one. Lift it back up. This time, when we inhale and then we exhale back, that right hand, you might find that right heel. If you can keep your hips forward and do that too. We're reaching, we're looking up to that thumb. Inhale, lift it up, exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale, bring it back up through that center point. Come back to those heels again with the butt. This time, then walking our arms forward, flatten your feet, bring the big toes towards each other. Make sure there's enough room between your knees for your belly, boobs, comfort. walking it out, walking in, and just stretching along the spine so our shoulders drop, our chest comes forward, but nestle back into those heels, looking up. Tucking the chin down towards the base of the throat. And then back to all fours. Okay, we're going to circle into our hips, so coming around slow. And then change direction, go around the other way, just nice and slow, really kind of sinking into the feeling of it. What's going on for your body when you circle like this? Bring it back to center. And let's take ourselves back into our plank. And when we go up into down dog, we're going to take this right foot and we're going to lift it up towards, or back and up towards the roof, keeping your hips nice and level. Alternative is to do this on your knees, team. So doing a tiger's tail if this doesn't feel so good. We're going to bring that same knee, so that right knee through into pigeon pose. So sliding it through, knee, right hand, right heel under the left hip, bring that left knee down. Let's stretch into the spine with this cruise, so hips nice and even, try not to fall to one side. Lifting up along the spine, we can look up if we've got the room. And then we're walking down into that stretch, sinking into it. Come up slow, staying with that right leg. When we come up into down dog, we're going to do our dog leg down dog if you feel okay with that. Using that right leg, so we're lifting up that knee towards the roof. This has got more of a twist in it. And we're lifting up through the hips, really lengthening the body out, team. Working into the psoas muscle, so you're feeling a pull in that right hip up towards your diaphragm. That's the muscle we're looking for. Come down slow. Long deep breath there. We're going to bring knees down, knees out to the edge of the mat. take a pause. Lift it back slowly, remembering tiger's tail is our alternative to this first part. Otherwise we're stepping into plank, and it's our left leg lifting up, our hips stay parallel in this one, we're not putting a twist in. Find your breath, find that lift through the hips. We come through, we're bringing that left knee up to that left hand, left heel under the right hip, into the spine stretch. If you're feeling okay, shoulders drop down, we're looking up. And coming down slow, sinking into it without losing that flatness across our hips, team. So neither butt cheek going down further than the other. So we've got that alternative dog leg down dog if you're feeling strong. It's a frog pose if you're thinking, oh, I've had enough. So up, that left leg goes, that left knee up towards the roof, slight twist in the hips, lifting up through the hips, really working to those muscles. Coming down slow, meeting on all fours. Whew. Little spoon, make sure everything's feeling alright. And then we're going to take our right foot and step it up into low lunge. Just sink into the hips. Check that distance with that back knee, make sure we're in the right spot. Bring the upper body up. Inhale, lift into that space. Hips can come forward if we feel alright in that lower back, otherwise stay straight over that back knee. Linking our fingers, looking up to our thumbs. Coming forward, coming down, bring the hands down, half split, ball of the foot and toes left, into that hamstring we go. forward. Let's wriggle out that right foot up into tiger's tail. And lift up through the spine, through the chest. Like that foot is going to land on the back of your head. Bring that knee down. Left foot steps up. Low lunge. Let's bring the upper body up. Get your kind of alignment. And then lifting up slow. Long deep breaths. Lift up through the ribs and the chest. Lengthening the body. Coming down slow into that half split. And then coming forward and up into tiger's tail. Stretching along the spine. Bring that knee down. Down dog or frog pose team, depending on those energy levels. So just give yourself that kind of moment to check in. What does your body feel like doing? Sink into whichever pose it is. Find your breath. Then we're bringing it forward to all fours. Right foot taking a step up again. This time coming wide on the mat. Slowly, slowly. Start out on the fingertips, stretch along the spine, parallel feet. Toes nice and loose, but slightly forward with that weight. And then those that can start to come down, just slow. Rolling around the hips, let the head go, let the shoulders go. As we come up, we take it slow team, so come up to a halfway and then come up, check out the blood pressure, make sure it feels alright, because I know I'm good at that. So this is similar to how we started class, in that we're going to kind of get our hands, fists kind of linking. We come around to our halfway mark. Now we might want to soften our knees a little bit at this point. We're going to reach our arms out in front and get used to that feeling. Quite strong. And we're going to go left slowly and reach. And then back to center. Inhale. Exhale right. Stretch it out. Inhale back to center, push away with the arms as we exhale. Start to inhale around to the left, exhale push. Inhale to that center point, exhale push away with the arms. Inhale to that right side, exhale push away. There's the rhythm team, just going slow. One more to each side and that journey through the middle. Bring it back to center, let those arms come down, let the head come down, forward fold. If you feel okay, reach the arms around, let the fingers, take them up towards the roof. If you've had your arms up, bring them down. We're wandering around to the back foot, so back of the mat. A little bit of weight on the outside edge of that front foot. Then we're wandering around to the front foot. Then we're coming around into that front foot, into a high lunge. Back knee comes down, wriggle out. That right foot. Down dog or frog pose, whatever's going to feel nourishing for your body right now. Come down slow or up slow. Find your breath, sink into it. We're going to wander our hands forward. We're going to be on all fours, so just kind of find your way to all fours from wherever you are. Whew. Hopefully we're feeling good out there. That wind's ferocious here, so apologies if there's a bit of background noise too. There's a few things clanging around out there. We're going to take the left foot forward this time, so bring that left foot up, come into the high lunge, and then bring that right heel across, lifting up slowly from the earth, looking out for the stars. Got straight legs. We're going to take our hips back towards the back of the mat. We're angled to that right side of the mat team, so our body's around to the right. Bring your arms out, we're starting to reach into the start of triangle pose. Pausing there, just reach, feel those ribs moving. Check that the hips are still stacked on top of each other. And then just bring that left hand down, right arm up. Long deep breath, reaching up into that space. Lift it up slowly, inhale, bring it up. Right hand goes back. Left arm lifts. If you want to add a bit, come into that front knee. A bit of a reverse warrior. Otherwise leave that front leg straight. Bring it back to center. Let the arms come down. All we're doing is changing our feet team. So now it is your right foot that we're kind of heading towards, but we're going to tip our hips to that left foot. Take these arms out nice and wide. Start to reach over that right leg, just slow. Check in. Make sure those hips are stacked. Then bring that right hand down, looking up to this top arm, reaching into that space. Inhale, lift. Lifting that right arm up. We can sink into that right knee if we want to, or leave it straight. Nice slow deep breath. Bring it back to center. Turn the feet so that we are wide-legged again, okay? And then we're going to turn both feet outwards, so the start of goddess pose. We're going to sink slowly, knees tracking in line with those big toes. Sinking down through the hips, so feeling that strength in your body. Inhale, bring those arms up into that goddess shape. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, bring them up into the goddess shape. Exhale, bring them down. A couple more like that, just working into that breathing. Come up into that pause and breathe. Feel that strength in your body. Get the arms come down, lifting up, turn the feet. Stretch it round into a forward fold, just slow. Walk it up slowly, looking up to that blood pressure again. We're turning our feet outwards again. Just slow. And we're going to come down and we're going to lift our heel up on one side, put it back down. Lift our heel up on the other side, put put it back down. Just keep with that movement. So kind of in a half version, not down too low, just enough to be able to get that started. If it's feeling okay, start to drop into it a little bit more, just lifting one side, then lifting the other. Beautiful kind of grounding massage for our feet. A grounding pose. If you're feeling strong, come up onto both. Feel that breath, feel that strength in your body. Bring the feet down. We're turning around to this front foot, coming slowly back into the high lunge. Stepping it back into plank. And up into down dog. And we're coming forward, bringing the knees down. We're going to slide our right knee up to our right hand, the start of pigeon pose part 2. Right heel under the left hip. Slide that left leg back. And then we're going to lift that left foot up. Now that might be plenty. Anchoring with your right hand, you might be able to reach that left hand back and find that foot. And draw it in towards you, or slide it into the crook of your elbow, and then bring the chest around. So just feel into that stretch. We can of course take this hand away, or see if we can reach around and grab our fingers. But just kind of, again, that can cause a whole lot of strain in the body team, so look after your body in the stretch. Then releasing, bringing it down, wriggle out, and into a beautiful kind of, sometimes it's called puppy pose. Bum in line with knees, so we're not pulling back towards the heels. Reach the arms away, bring the heart towards the floor. And then lifting up, and we're going to take our left foot, our left knee, we'll try that, left knee. Slide it up to your left hand, left heel under right hip. Slide that right knee back just so that we're comfortable. Bring this left hand to the center and just slowly lift that right foot up. See if we can find it with our hands or our elbow. Again, we can do that kind of reach back version, but just kind of find enough of a stretch in that thigh. Noticing your breath, noticing how the two sides might be slightly different too. And then release. Last down dog of this offering team if you feel like it, otherwise into something more restful. Slow, deep breath. And then we're meeting around and seated And we've done this one for a few weeks, Chris, so we're coming back to our lotus kind of work. So whichever foot's landed in front, we're going to lift it up and just kind of turn the sole of the foot up towards the roof. And see if we get this leg to go quite light. If it's really like hard to get the leg off the floor, or you can't, just work with the foot on the floor. Okay. Then we're going to bring that foot into the crease between the calf and your thigh. And we'll lift and roll our shoulders down. And we're just going to sit for a few breaths. So we're going to come into, if you had a sankalpa, a resolve, you're going to bring that into your awareness. Think about breathing it into every cell of your body. And then breathing it out into the world. So we're embodying it. We're bringing it with us into every breath. If it's a mantra, if it's a word, it might be I am loving awareness, could be peace, could be anything. I'm just breathing that in as a life force, as an energy. Filling our body with it. If that's okay with that foot there, you can stay there, or you can come up into the half lotus with that foot, so into the crease between your tummy and your thigh. Stay with the sankalpa, stay with the breath. Release that side. Start working with your other foot, just gently lifting it up if it will. Just kind of turning it. See if we can get that leg to be quite light. And then bringing that foot into that first layer if it will, or on the floor if it feels like it's a no. Remember, this foot is supporting this knee, so this knee's not trying to get to the floor. Feeling nice and supported. We're coming back to our breathing. And then we can shift that foot up into our half lotus if it feels alright. Breathing into that. Gently unravel if you've got some socks to wear for our last sequence leading into Shavasana. Now's the time to pop them on. And let's lie ourselves down, crew. Bring those knees into the chest. Roll some circles around that lower back. Quite a bit of work in this session. Change direction, go around the other way. And then bringing our feet down, reaching our arms out nice and wide, palm facing up. Lift the hips to the left, take the knees to the right. Simple twist just to check everything's around the right way. inhale, lift it back to center, bring the hips back to center, and then over they go. Knees go the opposite way, just go slow into that twist. Head turns the opposite way to your knees. Inhale, bring it back to center. We can stretch our legs down along the floor, or we can keep the feet tucked in. We can have our arms alongside the body, palm facing up, or hands on the tummy if that felt nice before. Just sinking into our breath, about that beautiful connectedness with the earth underneath you. And with your sankalpa, you resolve the energy that you want to be and embody in the world. Feel what's happened in your body with the practice. So we want to be aware, we'll be gentle with our body. We're going to bring our awareness to the next 8 breaths, either with that intention of moving into a meditation or of coming back into the space that you're in. We're going to reach our arms up towards the roof. Take them slowly over your head. Wander your feet up the mat if they're not already there. Stretch those arms out. Give those toes a wriggle into the floor. And we're turning over, slowly coming up to seated. And into your meditation if you are doing that. Or sitting for a moment if you're off into the rest of your day. Feeling that line from the crown of your head down through the center line of your body. We're going to inhale, bring our arms up, gather in some of that beautiful energy. Then bring our fingertips down, touch the ground, feel like we're sharing some with Mother Earth. Then bring it up. And bring the hands to the heart, bring that energy into the heart. Many blessings, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this journey and for your continuing support.